Daddy right here, and as you know, if you watched our channel, Jackson and I love to play these Lego games, and today I want to give you a review of Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes, which you can see you can get at a pretty good price on Amazon right now, so really not very expensive. I'm going to give you the pros and cons of this particular game. I'll give you also a brief comparison versus Lego Batman 1. We have another review that specifically compares these two in more detail, but let's just stick with Lego Batman 2 right now. And I'm going to show you the gameplay as well too. So unlike the other Lego games, it's pretty simple in terms of the or standard in terms of the objections. You're collecting various studs, trying to find mini kits. You get to play a lot of different characters, things like that. Lego Batman 2 builds upon Lego Batman 1 in terms of being able to play lots of different characters, including the villain characters, and having lots of different suits. Like right now, Batman, if you look right there, he's wearing his electricity suit, so he can work with electricity. Robin was swimming underneath right there, so he was under the water, so to speak. But you can play the villains and you can play the heroes, things like that. The missions are challenging but realistic, just like Lego Batman 1. Lots of cool characters, different abilities. We see Killer Croc right there eating his turkey. There's Robin underneath in I think that's his hazard suit, which also allows him to swim underwater too. But some things that you do want to be aware of. Lego Batman 2 is definitely harder than Lego Batman 1. Also, the color is a little bit more washed out in a lot of the scenes versus Lego Batman 1, which I found a little bit more vibrant colors. But the missions, I play with, I'm 40 some years old, my son is 4, we play together on this game. What I like about this particular game is that you can have two different characters be on different screens, or different areas of the screen at the same time. In Lego Batman 1 and some of the older games, you would both have to be on the same screen, which would really kind of lock you in and not being able to move very much sometimes. In Lego Batman 2, you have much more of a split screen, where you can be on different screens at the same time. I'm not sure if I can, where in the video I can show this to you here, but I'll try to find an area, and if it comes up again, I'll point it out to you so that you can see it. But that is helpful, so that you can be in two different areas right there and of your screen. One thing you want to be aware of, though, and this is why this game is significantly harder. Let me switch to another video here. This game has a gigantic free play area. You know, in Lego Batman 1, you just had the Batcave, so to speak. Well, here you have a gigantic map of all of Gotham City, which you have to be able to explore. And this is, if you look on that map, you can kind of see a floating head right there. This is one of the bosses that you have to find. And there's bosses and different gold bricks and red bricks that are located all throughout this gigantic map. It's a free roaming map. I'll show it to you in a moment right here. But a lot of times you have to use a flying character to fly around to find people, and they're located on the tops of buildings. And obviously, for a younger player, that would be really difficult to try to figure this out. And a lot of times when you are flying around, the flying controls are not very good. So you see right there, I just got stuck. And you're trying to often you have to go on the top of a building, like I said, to find a character. And so it's not really very easy to do that. And obviously you can't unlock these flying characters, unless you get through the missions to begin with. So it's very hard in the beginning to do that right there. That's the biggest beef I have with the game. Here I'm going to show you when you unlock a terminal, this will then show you where the boss is located. And so the bosses, by that I mean like the villains and things like that. And so here we get a chance to see this is where Penguin is located. So you just kind of flash of him right there. Now he appears on the map. And now we got to go ahead and try to find Penguin. And so we're going to need to fly up around the map until we can get into the area that we recognize where he's located at. Now, he was pretty easy because this is a pretty unique feature on the map right there, this globe. But if you'll notice right here, he's not on the top of this building like a lot of them are. So he's actually going to probably be in the middle of this building. And that's kind of difficult, like I said, for the younger players to try to figure this out. And it's really, I think, difficult for me as well, too. Now, you'll notice I'm playing a character called Hawk. I think this is Hawk Girl. And there are some really fun characters that you can play, even more so than what you had in Lego Batman 1. But you do want to be aware that it's a little bit more of a different game, because in addition to the missions where you could unlock the bosses in Lego Batman 1, completing the missions doesn't necessarily give you the villain and the boss characters as it does in Lego Batman 2. You have to find them on the map, and that's the key point I want to drive home to you. And you can see right now, see how long it took us to even see that he was there? So you could very easily overlook him and not even know he was there. And that often happens when these villains are on the tops of buildings. So this Gotham, it's called Gotham City, that gigantic map that I was showing you right here. This is a whole other aspect. You may or may not like it. And it's definitely different than Lego Batman 1. But if we go back into the normal gameplay that you're probably used to, here's that split screen I was talking about. See how Batman is on a totally different area than Robin? And the screen will split like that if you're in two-player mode. That's a good positive feature that I like about this game. We really enjoyed the game. We've played it. We've played all the missions. We've played lots of free play missions. We've unlocked lots of characters, and I highly recommend this game, especially if you played Lego Batman 1 or the other Lego games already, or you're a huge Batman fan. You definitely want to pick this game up too. But if you had to decide between Lego Batman 1 or Lego Batman 2 and you were playing them for the first time, or you have young kids, I'd definitely go with Lego Batman 1 first. All right? But if you've already played that and you want to get into this one and you don't mind that gigantic game, that map that you have to explore as well too, then definitely go for Lego Batman 2 too. It's very fun. So hopefully this is helpful. We'd love to know what your comments are as well too. Have a great day.